Welcome to this explainer. If you've ever stared at those flashing red and green numbers of the stock market and just felt completely, utterly overwhelmed, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're totally demystifying the stock market. We're opening up the ultimate beginner's toolkit, and we're going to look at some comprehensive, safe, and just really smart strategies that take this wildly complex financial landscape and turn it into a clear, totally manageable path for building your wealth. So let's dive right in. Now, right off the bat, you might be asking, isn't the stock market just too risky? And hey, it's completely valid to fear that complexity and the potential of losing money. Honestly, as a beginner, it can kind of feel like you're stepping onto a casino floor. But I enthusiastically promise you this, it really doesn't have to be that way. Think of the strategies we're going to learn today like the brakes on a car, right? A car can absolutely be dangerous, but with good brakes and a solid grasp of how to actually drive the thing, you can go on a totally safe, smooth, and highly rewarding journey. So here is our exact roadmap for today to make sure you walk away totally empowered. We're covering 1, the foundation of safe investing, 2, active trading strategies, 3, smart stock picking methods, 4, essential risk management, and finally 5, the beginner's toolkit. Okay, part 1, foundation of safe investing, building long-term wealth. Before you can run, you really got to know how to stand firm. The absolute bedrock of safe investing is taking a long-term approach. What does that actually mean for us? Well, it simply means buying shares of fundamentally strong, solid companies and just holding on to them patiently. We are talking about a time frame of 10 to 15 years here. The benefits of this are just immense. The risk is incredibly low because you are basically just riding out the daily bumps in the road, which means crazy market volatility barely impacts you at all. And most importantly, you unlock the absolute magic of compound growth. By not rushing to sell, time literally does all the heavy lifting for you. So how do you actually put your money in? This brings us to a brilliant comparison. On one hand, you have lump sum investing. This usually involves trying to time the market, guessing exactly when a stock is at its absolute lowest so you can drop a huge chunk of cash at once. Let me tell you, it is highly stressful. Now contrast that with dollar cost averaging, or DCA for short. This is where you invest a fixed amount every single month, period. Doesn't matter if the market is up, doesn't matter if it's down. DCA completely removes that massive emotional stress of trying to time everything perfectly. The math behind this emotional ease is actually really fascinating. Let's say you commit to a fixed investment of 5,000 rupees every single month. In month 1, the stock price might be running high, so your 5,000 bucks buys fewer shares. But then, in month 2, say the market drops. Well, that exact same $5,000 now automatically buys you more shares at a discount. By month 3, your average purchase price is perfectly, naturally balanced. You don't have to guess at all. The system does the work, averages out your costs, and protects you from making terrible emotional decisions. Moving on to part 2, active trading strategies, navigating market movements. So we've covered that patient, set it and forget it long-term foundation. But what if you're actually ready to monitor the markets a bit more closely? The first active strategy is called trend following. Think of this as literally just riding the market's wave. If a stock is consistently moving up, you buy in and follow that momentum. Traders use tools like the moving average, the relative strength index, or RSI, and volume analysis to actually confirm these trends are real. But listen closely, the massive risk here is a false trend. If you misidentify the direction, you could buy in right as the wave crashes down. So you have to follow what the tools are telling you, not just your gut feeling. Next up is swing trading, and honestly, this one is wonderfully straightforward. Swing traders are basically just looking to capture short-term profits from small little price fluctuations. Here's exactly how it works. You buy a stock at, say, 500 rupees. You wait a few days, maybe a couple of weeks, just monitoring its upward swing. Then boom, you sell it at 550. You capture that nice little short-term profit and you move on to the next. It's a fantastic way to be active without needing to be glued to a computer monitor all day like a full-time day trader. Our third active strategy is breakout trading. Okay, imagine a stock price is repeatedly bouncing against this invisible ceiling. In the market, that ceiling is called a resistance level. A breakout happens when the stock finally just smashes right through that ceiling, which signals a huge potential for rapid profit. But here is the absolutely crucial catch. A breakout must always, always be confirmed by high trading volume. If the volume isn't there backing it up, it might just be a false signal, a nasty little trap that's going to pull the price right back down. All right, part 3, smart stock picking methods, finding hidden gems. Because whether you are holding for 10 years or swinging for 2 weeks, you still actually need to know what to buy in the first place, right? The absolute king of stock picking methods is value investing. It's beautifully summarized by the philosophy championed by the legendary Warren Buffett. You're looking for shares that are trading below their actual intrinsic value. It's honestly exactly like finding a massive, high-quality flat-screen TV on sale for half its actual worth. You are hunting for super strong assets that the rest of the market has just temporarily mispriced or totally ignored. It's an amazing, low-risk, high-return philosophy. So when you're out there hunting for that value, your research should focus on three really specific areas. First, the PE ratio, or price-to-earnings ratio. This basically tells you if the stock is cheap compared to the actual cash the company brings in. Second, the debt level, because obviously you want companies that aren't drowning in terrible loans. And third, company growth. You want a business that is steadily expanding its footprint. You find a company with strong growth, low debt, and a solid PE ratio, and you very likely just found yourself a hidden gem. Now, another incredibly smart method is dividend investing. You see, some really strong, established companies actually choose to share a portion of their profits directly with their shareholders on a regular basis. That little bonus is called a dividend. This creates amazing regular passive income and extra cash flow without you ever having to sell a single share. It is absolutely perfect for beginners who want to see real, tangible returns quickly, and it's a huge favorite for retired investors who just want that stable, predictable income. Moving into part 4, essential risk management, the rules of survival. I really need you to lean in for this one because this is hands down the most important part of this entire explainer. Zero, literally zero. That is exactly the amount of money you should invest in the stock market if you cannot afford to lose it. The absolute golden rule of investing is to never, ever put money on the line that you need for your basic survival, your rent, or your emergency fund, period. Building right on top of that, you need to memorize these 4 essential survival rules. Number 1, always use a stop loss. This is basically an automatic trigger that sells your stock if it drops to a certain price, instantly limiting your damage if a trade goes completely south. Number 2, diversify your portfolio. We've all heard it. Never put all your eggs in one basket. Number 3, control your emotions. Trust me, unchecked fear and greed destroy way more portfolios than bad math ever could. And number 4, respect your capital limits. These rules, especially diversification and those stop losses, are exactly what keep you alive to trade another day. Finally, part 5, the Beginner's Toolkit, your first steps. We've covered a massive amount of ground today, all the way from long-term patience to strict risk management. So what should you physically go out and do next? Your immediate next step today should absolutely be paper trading. Look, before you risk a single real rupee or dollar, you gotta practice. Paper trading lets you use virtual fake money on real live stock market apps. You can go test out dollar cost averaging. You can try hunting for a breakout. You can practice setting a strict stop loss, all without a single ounce of actual financial risk. It's kind of like a sandbox. It is the absolute best way to build up your confidence and see if your strategies actually work in the real world. And right alongside that paper trading, you have to make a commitment. Never stop learning. This market is a living, breathing ecosystem, and it is constantly changing. You stay ahead of the curve by reading up on financial books, following the daily market news, and actually studying company reports. Oh, and most importantly, run far away from get-rich-quick rumors. The real secret to long-term success is never some hot tip from a buddy. It's solid, boring research and highly disciplined learning. Well, we've laid out the entire map for you today. You've seen the totally relaxed, slow and steady power of long-term investing. You've seen the fun, active engagement of swing trading. You've learned how to spot massive value, and you know the absolute life-or-death necessity of risk management. So I want to leave you with this final provocative question. Based on your own personal risk appetite, your patience, and where you want to be financially, which strategy is yours? Take that very first calculated step today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy investing.